So this video was originally for internal consumption for my video production team. But I thought if you're a B2B service business owner and you're creating videos yourself in-house using either a VA or a marketing assistant, this video is going to be hyper useful if you're someone who uses Descript and YouTube. So basically, I've built out some templates inside of Descript, and we're now at the point with this video where it's good to publish. So what we want to do when we're ready to publish, I've pulled together our SOPs for publishing on LinkedIn. Now what we want to do when the video is ready for publishing, you go up here using the desktop app. It's really important to use the desktop app. And then what we want to do is select the destination and have that as YouTube. Okay. Now with the title, we can change this title here because this is just internal naming conventions. So the title of this is why 99% of B2B service business owners should not post on LinkedIn and what to do instead. I'm going to put that in brackets. Okay. So that's nearly ready. Now this is our default description here. So a lot of people on YouTube will research the description and make sure it's got loads of information in there for SEO purposes. We're wanting to make YouTube videos that drive business growth. So for that reason, the only links I'm putting inside of this are links, one, that are mentioned inside of the video itself. So I have 3 links in mine, and they go from most direct to least direct. So what I mean by that is this link is going to take people to a VSL where people can book in with me directly to get our A1 system. The next one down is a free school community, which people can access and allow them to get into our hyper targeted school group for LinkedIn founders. And then the final one is a weekly newsletter that talks all about LinkedIn. So they're the 3 links that we use. And then there's also Condo, which is an awesome thing for managing LinkedIn inboxes. So we'll take this, we're going to copy this, we're going to put it over here inside of this. Okay, so we've got get the system, join the school, here's my newsletter, there's the Condo subscription. And now we're going to, because the other point to note inside of Descript, so I'm on a Mac, so on Descript, if you put option 3, that puts in a marker, and at that time code, we're going to put in test marker. Okay, so when we go back up here to export, we'll make sure, that's an interesting glitch as well. So see we've got test marker in there, so we can take that out. So we want to change the 00 to just intro. Or you can do it why watch. Okay, so now we've got a number of time codes that all relate to the time codes inside of Descript. So let's go back in here. Let's pull our description and put our description here at the start. We put in chapters. Chapters are important because it makes it easy for people who are watching the video to just jump on and be like, right, where do I want to go to? What's the most important thing? So once we've done that, and let's go back in here and remember to change the title. So we'll have it as private access for now because we are going to go in and optimize this inside of YouTube. But once you're all ready and you're happy with the description, you're happy with the title and everything else, what I'll do is I'll also make sure we copy this. Go sign in. So this is the YouTube here. And now it's got it as a destination and we're going to press export. Now what's going to happen is Descript is going to automatically upload this video from Descript and put it straight into YouTube. If we go onto our YouTube channel here, so inside of Post, YouTube Studio. So we see here it's loading up, so that's great. So what we can do now is we're going to schedule this for whichever date that it reflects. So let's say we want this to, let's say we want to publish it today. We want to publish it at 12 because it's 20 past 11 now. So we're going to put that in the schedule. We're going to go into details here as well. We're just going to check that everything is pulled through. So yeah, it's got the school link, it's got the newsletter link, software to make LinkedIn easy, we've got that, so that's good. Now the next thing you want to do is go down to thumbnail. Now it's important to know inside of Descript you can also, when you go to export, change you can upload your thumbnail here. But the reason why I want it to happen inside of YouTube is YouTube has a test and compare feature where you can actually do 2 different types of thumbnail to work out which one works best. So what I want to do here is over on ClickUp. So this is how we basically manage all of our content internally. So ClickUp's a great project management system. Now what I've got in here is if we scroll down, go to 25 more. So we've actually got this link here, which takes you to, so I also have this repeated as well in instructions, the whip thumbnail. So I'm going to go use this brand template. So with a YouTube thumbnail, what's important is the 3 most important things in a YouTube video are your thumbnail, your title, and your hook, okay? So the thumbnail and the title, they are part of the packaging that's going to make people click on your thumbnail. So it's really important the 2 of them work together. So you don't want to be repeating what's in the title in your thumbnail and vice versa. So what we've got here is I've got Canvas slides that are all programmed with all the sort of technology that we use. So it's very quick and easy for me to now make a template for a thumbnail. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start a new one, and inside of ClickUp, we're going to say AC548. So this is the unique value that I have for this particular YouTube video. Why 99% shouldn't post content. So what I'm going to do here is we don't need this. 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 We do need that. So I'm going to ungroup that. So I think it's good to have, actually, do you know what? I'm going to use a really cool LinkedIn version that I did with Nano Banana. So I'm going to bring this in. So because this is very much YouTube heavy and YouTube related. So we're going to say need sales in 90 days. All right, so we're going to make this left aligned. You also want to make it really legible too. So I'm pointing here. And Canva is really good for giving you the guidelines as well. I'm just going to put LinkedIn in here as well, just as a need sales. Actually, let's move this around. This is what you're also going to find is need sales 90 days. So now that's nice and legible. Need sales from LinkedIn in 90 days. What you don't want is any more than 5 words on a slide. And what the thumbnail needs to do is give context to what the video is about. So what I'm saying in the crux of this video in particular is if you want content in the next 90 days, you actually don't need to be creating content. You need to be having conversations. So that's why this thumbnail will work really well with the title. So now we've got this. What we want to do is share. Let's move this over here. You're going to go download. Now what we're going to do is we just want this first one. Now you can do, if you want, you can split test it to see which thumbnail is going to work better. So what I've done in the last one, I was basically testing this headshot. What I'm going to do in this test, I'm going to keep the face and everything the same, and I'm going to just do a shorter version without the LinkedIn logo. Need sales in 90 days. So it's going to be a less busy slide. So what's this going to do is see if having the LinkedIn logo there is going to impact the overall click-through rate. So when we go to download, we just want to download the first 2 because they're the 2 that we're working with. So I'm going to go done, go download. Now we have defined folders here. So we have dedicated thumbnail folders. I'm going to save it there. Now it always seems to zip the file. So what we want to do is open up the file, bring these through. We can just never delete, always chuck them into the archive. That's why I've always got archive folders here. Now we've got 2. So one's quite busy, one's this one. I prefer the look of the less busy one, but we'll see if having LinkedIn will make a difference. So now if we go back over to LinkedIn, we can go test and compare. This test and compare is where we're going to put those 2 thumbnails so we can see and develop a pattern for which one works best. So you're always just testing one variable. So in this case, we're just testing the variable having the LinkedIn logo there. So we've got the description, looks good. Always want to add it to a playlist as well. So LinkedIn tips and tricks, that's a good playlist to put it into. And I want to put this in as not for kids because kids aren't going to really be on LinkedIn. You can also go in, I'm just going to show you all of this here. So we want to not allow the automatic chapters because we want our chapters to be the one that's used. We don't need that. And we can leave this in because I do like to experiment with new styles. And everything else is not really overly important. So once you've done all of that, we have it scheduled, so that's good. The other really important thing you want to do inside of a YouTube video is you want to create a binge loop. So you basically want someone to watch your video in full, because that means they're interested in what you're saying. And at the end, you want to then suggest another video inside of the video that directs them to another piece of your content. So this is where end screens come in, and they're really important. So we're going to go into end screen. And in our end screen, we're just going to keep it super simple. A1 connection propeller, which makes all of this a hell of a reckons based on your search history that you might. Now YouTube reckons based. Now, so this is where we want to put it in. So I've got now, YouTube reckons. So put that in there. So we want subscribe to come up. So that's good. Show hover card outline. Actually, no, let's leave that. And we want best for the viewer. So you can also go to specific videos. So if you're talking about a specific video that you want to mention that's related to this, this is where you put it in. But for the sake of this, I'm just going to make this nice and easy and just go for best for viewer, because the algorithm knows which one's the best one. I'm going to save that. And that is pretty much it. That's how you publish a YouTube video. Also then got the video link. So say, for example, if you're wanting to send an email out around the same time that it goes live, you've got your video link here, which we can then use and post inside of ClickUp. So inside of ClickUp, if we go into, so this is the video that it's referring to. If we scroll down, show all properties, I think it's further down here. So again, there should be something that says YouTube URL. So we can put in the YouTube URL there. And that way we know that this is going to be the live video. And we can just copy this for the title as well. So this is just minor admin stuff, but all of this makes everything a hell of a lot easier. So we can also go into thumbnail there as well, upload file, and we can go into this one. So now I've got a thumbnail for the video itself. And we can see then the thumbnail pop through. And that's pretty much it. So if you want to learn more about how to leverage LinkedIn and YouTube together, and be able to produce content repeatably so you can grow your business, I'd highly suggest that you give this channel a follow, because that's what I'm all about. So I hope you found this video helpful. And again, as I've just done here, YouTube reckons you should watch this video next. See you there. Bye.